Welcome to June 9th LeetCode Challenge. To sum 2, input array is sorted. Given it one index array of integer numbers that is already sorted in non-decreasing order, find two numbers such that they add up to a specific target number. Let these two numbers be numbers index 1 and numbers index 2, where index 1 is greater or equal to 1, index 2 is greater than index 1, and less than or equal to numbers, the length of numbers. Return the indices of two numbers, index 1 and index 2, added by 1 as the integers array index 1 and index 2 of length 2. The test generated such that there are exactly one solution. You may not use the same element twice. Your solution must only use constant extra space. So this is quite a complicated sentence structure, but essentially the problem is an extension of the two-sum problem, where in the two-sum problem, the input array is unsorted, hence you have to use the hash map to solve it in using a big O of linear space. But that completely changes once the input is sorted. So if it's sorted, then we could use actually solve it using contract space as well. So let's see. We have an array numbers of integer numbers index of 1 sorted in non-decreasing order, so it's sorted as such, and we want to return the target, which is a sum of index 1 and index 2, right? Index 1 and index 2, which is 2 plus 7 equals to 9. So it's similarly here, we have index 1 and index 3, which is 2 and 4, which equal to target of 6. And we have index of negative 1 and 0, which equal to sum of negative 1, which is index 1 and 0, 2. So a couple of things to note here, that we have always two numbers that we're adding, so we need to give an index of length 2, array of length 2. Length of numbers is between 2 and 10 times 10, 3 times 10 to the 4. Numbers index I is for each index value, I should say, is between negative 1000 to 1000. Numbers are sorted in non-decreasing order, and target is between negative 1000 to 1000. The test is generated such that there's exactly one solution. So this is guaranteed. So in order to solve this, let's kind of use this week's theme of using two pointers. So we have, say, two pointers. The first points to the and the last points to the element respectively. So say we have two pointers called pointer I and pointer J, and that's going to be pointing to the last element, length of nums minus 1. Yep, minus 1. That's the 2 pointers there. Next thing we want to do is add the elements pointed by I and J, then compare the targets. So while I is less than J, we're going to add the two elements pointed by I and J and compare the targets. So we say, let's call this the sum target, let's call it S, equals to numbers at index I plus numbers index J. So just summing the two pointers up. If S, the sum, is equal to the target, then we just return our answer. Return our answer, which is the array containing length 2, indexed at 1, so it would be I plus 1, J plus 1. And that's our answer. So if the sum is greater than target, then we want to move one of the pointers. We're going to move the larger pointer, which is the J pointer. We're going to move that down by 1. Else, if the sum is larger, then we're going to move the smaller number, which is index I, pointer I, which is, we're going to add that up and move it up by 1. And then we're going to return, let's see, if none of these work, I mean, it's guaranteed that there's only one solution. So if, if it doesn't work, I guess we'll return an empty one. Maybe you'll see if that fails or not. And submit it. So yeah, pretty much this is using accepted. Awesome. So this is using time complexity is big O of n, because you have a while loop here which loop at most n number of times, so all the arrays in the length of nums as per big O of n for time complexity. Memory usage is actually big O of constant space, because we just return it in an array of size 2, and that is constant space, constant memory usage. Alright, have a great day, guys.